setup. A is your 1. Okay. Your B, ooh, that's not what I want. I'm switching colors on you. Sorry. Ignore my colors. I'm just changing colors so you see a difference. A is 1. B is what? -5. Keep the negative with it. And then C is a -36. Okay, so you're using that A, B, and C and dropping it in. What does -B mean right now? The opposite. It is the opposite of whatever B is. What is B? B is -5. So the opposite of -5 is a +5. Okay, so we're saying x equals a +5 plus or minus. They're so quiet out there. The square root. Okay, now here's where all the mistakes happen. Song over there. This is where 50% of the problems happen. The other 50% happen right here, okay? But this next thing that I show you is where the other 50% of the problems happen. Yes, ma'am?
Does it matter if you put the plus or minus before or after the plus?
Yes, it has to be after. It has to be exactly this as your setup. Okay, so plus or minus, B. B is a negative number. If you don't put parentheses around that here and then square it, you will get it wrong every time. And lots of people do that wrong. So make those parentheses happen, okay? B squared minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is -36, all over 2 times 1. Now, let's say this is a 3-point problem on a quiz or a test. If you do that, I give you one of the 3 just for putting it in the right spot, okay? Now we break it down. And again, this is where some mistakes can happen. We are plugging this in to your calculator without a radical. Get your calculator out. I want you to plug in everything that's highlighted, no square root. Do not plug in the square root right now.
Wait, so it's you don't put the square?
Don't put the square root. Just plug in what's underneath there.
Oh wait, so you don't have to put the plus or minus?
No, you're not. You literally are only plugging in what I highlighted. Parenthesis, -5, parenthesis, squared minus 4 times 1 times -36. Okay? You should have gotten 5 plus or minus the square root, right? We haven't done anything different yet. When you plugged in the highlighted, you should have gotten 169. So we're just going to replace all of our laid out numbers with one number. And then 2 times 1 is 2. Okay? If you can get from here to here correctly, I'll give you some points for that too. What do you think you should do at this point? Square root it. You're going to check, can I take the square root of 169? If I can, hooray. That's beautiful. If I can't, then there's some work to do. Can you take the square root of 169?
Yeah, it's 13.
It's 13, yes. So if you hit square root of 169 and you get 13, then ditch the square root and put in a 13. This is equal to 5 plus or minus 13 over 2. What do you think you do next? Don't divide yet. This is tricky. You add it or subtract it. So you have to now break this into 2 problems. You need to do 5 plus 13 over 2, and you need to do 5 minus 13 over 2. And if you plug that into your calculator, you will get the wrong answer. Division bars say that's your last step to do that division. So here's what I want you to do. you're gonna type in your calculator 5 plus 13 and then hit enter. And then just hit divided by 2. Okay, then you're gonna type into your calculator 5 minus 13 and hit enter, which is a negative 8. Just hit, so go 5 minus 13, enter, or equals. Did you get negative 8? Yeah, and then hit divided by 2. Negative 4. Okay, those are your answers. X is 9, X is negative 4. Put a box around them, you're done. Problem over. Okay? Okay. Tell me the difference from this problem that we just did to this problem.
Shorter and 0.
It doesn't equal 0. So how do I make this equal to 0?
Minus 20.
Take away 20 on both sides. Okay, so your new problem is x squared minus 8x minus 20 equals 0. Once it equals 0, you can plug it into the quadratic formula. Your quadratic formula, again, I'm going to cut and paste just so you see it right here while I do it. You don't have to do this. It's up to you. Okay, here's your setup. What is A?
1.
A is 1. It's the number in front of the x squared. What is B? Negative 8. Okay, so a 1, a negative 8, and a negative 20. If you write 20 because you didn't move it over, you're going to get the wrong answer on all of it. So super important that you get your ABC right. Okay, from here, x equals, we're going to set this up in the quadratic formula. What is negative B? A positive 8, the opposite of a negative 8. Then you put the plus or minus, and then you put the radical. And now you do b squared. So put the parentheses around your negative 8 and square it, right? b is negative 8 squared. Minus 4 times what?
AC.
Which is what number right now?
1.
1 times negative 20. Right? Your C value. Okay? That whole thing gets divided by 2 times your A value, which is 1. What's your next move?
You solve what's in the radical.
You plug the radical,
144.
not including the radical, into your calculator. So parentheses, negative 8 squared, minus 4 times 1 times negative 20. Oops, I already did it wrong. So you should get 144 at that point. I want you plugging that in. I want you trying that, because if you don't get the right number, I need to know why you're not getting the right number, okay? All right, so this should be x equals 8 plus or minus the square root of 144 over 2. What do you do next?
Now you do 8 plus or minus.
No, you
Oh,
factor
the
144 and it's 12.
Not factor, but you take the square root of 144. So you get 8 plus or minus 12 over 2. Now what do you do?
8 plus 2 and 8 minus 2.
Yeah, set it up as 2 separate ones. I'm going to go this way since I have more room over here. So we're going to go 8 plus 12 over 2. And we're going to go 8 minus 12 over 2. So plug this into your calculator. 8 plus 12, enter, which is 20. And then divide by 2, and we get 10. Okay, plug this one into your calculator. 8 minus 12, which is negative 4. And then divide by 2, which is negative 2. Okay? What are you going to do on number 2?
Combine 3 and negative 12.
The what?
Combine 3 and
gentlemen? You what?
Subtract.
Take away the 12. Minus 12, minus 12. So you get 2x squared plus 7x. 3 minus 12 is a negative 9, and that equals 0. Okay, A is what? 2. B is 7. C is negative 9. So you're saying x equals a negative b. What's negative b right now?
7. -7.
Negative 7 plus or minus the square root of b squared. Technically, you don't need parentheses around that, but put parentheses around it every single time, because if the one time you need them, you don't put them, everything's wrong. So just put parentheses around it, okay? B squared minus 4 times A times C all over 2 times that 2. Okay, what are you plugging in?
7 squared minus 4, 2.
Just what's under the radical. What'd you get?
121.
So negative 7 plus or minus, it's the square root of 121. Don't ditch your radical yet, because we haven't taken the square root yet. And then 2 times 2 is 4. What is the square root of 121? Plug it into your calculator if you don't know. X equals negative 7 plus or minus 11 divided by 4. Now what?
You plus negative 7 by 11 minus 12.
Two separate setups. Negative 7 plus 11 divided by 4. And negative 7 minus 11 divided by 4. Okay?
Which is the
Work those both out. So negative 7 plus 11 is 4 over 4, which is 1. Okay? Negative 7 minus 11 is negative 18 over 4. You can plug that into your calculator and give me a decimal, negative 4.5. The book is probably going to call it negative 9 halves. They'll leave it as a simplified fraction. I don't care which one you give me. They're the same thing. So negative 9 halves or negative 4.5, either one's great.
Wait.
Yeah.
I still got 4, but I should put 4 before. Because
So this is 4, right? But then you're dividing that by your 2a, your 4.
so how come last time we didn't leave it as a fraction? Why is it a fraction now?
This,
No, the 4 was 4.
I simplified that to 1. It's not a fraction.
4 divided by 4 is 1.
We're just making it, yeah, you're just dividing it. So whatever you get for that numerator, then divide by whatever you have in the denominator.
Question.
What?
Question.
Oh, restroom, yes. Good there? Okay, here's where it gets a little bit, oh, you know what? Hold on, let me check something. I don't remember what I ended up deciding on this.
Freaks my car.
Last thing is this whole irrational solutions type of problem. You ready? Sometimes they don't work out as beautifully as they've been working out. I'm going to show you one of these. We don't do a ton of these, but I want you to know how to do them. So look at number 9. What's your A value? 1. What's your B value? 4. And your C value is 1. Okay, so we're saying X equals a negative b is going to be a negative 4 right now, plus or minus the square root of b, which is 4 squared, minus 4 times 1 times 1. 4 times a times c. All over 2 times a. What do you do? Plug in what's under the radical, right? We're going to plug this in. So you get negative 4 plus or minus the square root of, this is 16 minus 4, so 12 over 2. What's the square root of 12?
6.
Plug it into your calculator.
There's no square root.
It's a goofy decimal. Okay? If it doesn't work out nicely, and like I said, we're not going to do a ton of these, but there's probably going to be one on your test that has this radical involved in it, okay? If this is your setup, you know how to break this down. The square root of 12 is not a perfect square, so then you say, can I break that into a perfect square and a not so perfect square? Can I?
Yeah, 6 and 2.
4 and 3. What's the square root of 4? 2. So this is 2 root 3. Okay, that's the same as the square root of 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the square root of 12 out, and I'm going to put in 2 root 3. Okay, now sometimes people are like, yeah, this is better because I have less to do. Like, you won't get a final answer that is 2 separate answers. Here's what you do. If everything is divisible by that thing or some factor of that thing, then you divide it and then you're done. Is everything here divisible by 2?
Yes.
Okay, the radical doesn't matter because you can't divide radicals by non-radicals. So you get to ignore the radical for now. But if everything's divisible by the same thing, in this case, everything is divisible by 2, then you just divide it. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. What's 2 divided by 2? 1. So 2 plus or minus 1 times the square root of 3. Can I add those together? No, one's a radical and one is not. So you're done. That's your answer. Okay? It is still 2 answers. It's negative 2 plus the square root of 3, and it's negative 2 minus the square root of 3. So you still get 2 answers. You just don't have to write them as 2 separate answers. Okay? Questions on that?
Is that a 1?
Yeah, you don't have to put the 1 in. You could write it like this. Negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 3. So you may write it like this, or you may write it like this. Okay?